Good morning. So the day has arrived. We're having breakfast and gonna hit the trail. Of course, the weather is not really cooperating this morning, but fingers crossed it's supposed to clear up later. Heading up to Springer. Not exactly the best conditions to start in, but at least it's not pouring as aggressively as it was earlier. It's windy. It's a little bit rainy at the moment, and it's cold. It's in the 30s this morning. Well, we've transitioned into sleet. Great way to start. Springer Mountain. Wonderful view. All right, so in case you haven't noticed, I have my husband Leukodystrophy with me. He's hiking with me today on day one. It's a nice way to ease me into this trip. And we wanted to be together today because today is a significant day for us. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. We took the little cutoff trail to Long Creek Falls. Alright, so we stopped for a little lunch break by the falls, and the sun is starting to come out. It's really nice, and the trail's been pretty cruisy this morning. So, you know, nice, easy kind of trail, very pretty with all the rhododendron. And look who we ran into. Hello! Our friend Stan.
Yeah.
It's not by accident.
No.
Stan is actually helping to shuttle us. We left our car at one end and he parked on the other end, and then he's gonna shuttle us back to the car.
Good stuff.
Yep, because we're going back to the lodge tonight, and then I'll hit the trail again in the morning.
Yep.
So the day is definitely improving. The rain has stopped, the snow stopped, the sleet stopped, the sun came out. It's still kind of cold compared to yesterday when it was in the 70s. This morning it was in the 30s, but it's warmed up slightly. I'd say it's in the low 40s now. However, it is still quite windy. All right, update. So we made it to Hogpen Gap, which was our plan for today. And that's where Stan's car was to shuttle us back to our car. My husband is there now with Stan. I decided that I'm going to continue on a little bit more. I still had a little bit of energy left. And in another 2 miles, there's a spot where they can drive around and pick me up. And since I had a longer day planned for tomorrow, if I do 2 miles extra today, I can deduct those from tomorrow's miles. So that's what I'm doing. I am now heading over to Horse Gap. All right, I am back at Horse Gap. Just said goodbye to my husband, which was really hard to do. Little change of plan for today. So those extra miles that I did yesterday, now going to tack them on to the end of today. So it's still going to be a long day today. But what it means is that Stan is able to slack pack me. So I've got over 15 miles to do today, but I'm doing it as a slack pack. And the first order of business for today is what I've been told is a very aggressive climb over Sassafras Mountain. The sun is coming up. It's cold this morning, starting out in the low 30s, but it's supposed to get warmer today. It's supposed to go up low 50s, I think. So, it's difficult to hike into the rising sun. Can't see the trail very well. All right, so I have a hiking buddy today.
Hey, hey.
This is Detour. Detour did the PCT last year, and she's going to be hiking with me today, and she's also providing some trail magic. She's going to give me a place to stay tonight.
Yes, it's a beautiful day in the mountains.
Yeah.
Sunny, it will warm up.
Yep.
And today's a lovely hike.
In fact, I might lay her down now.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I told you that yesterday was a significant day for my husband and I. And that's why we wanted to start the trail together, wanted to hike together yesterday. The date is significant because yesterday was 3 years to the day since our son Gregory passed away. I want to dedicate this hike to Gregory because part of his condition meant that he couldn't walk. He had a condition called Leukodystrophy, which meant that his brain couldn't really tell his body what to do. And so he spent most of his life in a wheelchair. And so as I'm walking along the AT this year, every step I take is a step for him, a step that he wasn't able to take in his life. And I know that he is walking with me. When we started yesterday on top of Springer, we brought up and lit a memorial candle that we have for him. So I started this journey with him, and he'll be walking with me this whole way. And because I know that someone will ask, no, I am not carrying the candle all the way to Katahdin. It's glass. I'm quite sure I would break it. It went home with my husband this morning. Great view from here. original plan was to camp here and have my backpack with me. Stan was going to drop off my overnight pack at Woody Gap. But since I did the extra miles yesterday, I added a few extra miles in today so that I can make it to a road crossing. And that worked out well because it means I didn't have to carry my full pack over that steep hill just past Woody Gap. And I have 2.7 more miles to be done for the day. All right. This is my last climb of the day. It's a short little one. I've got about 0.7 to the gap where I'm going to finish for today. All right, so I did 15.7 trail miles today, plus a 0.3 side trail to get to the car where Stan picked me up, for a total of 16. And my body is complaining about that. I think it was a little too much for me on day 2, but it was nice to have a slack pack day. I'm at Detours now, and she's hosting me tonight, gonna stay here, and we're about to get something to eat. So. Good morning. Stan just dropped me off back at trail. Those windy North Georgia roads are no joke. So I'm actually on a side trail right now, heading back up to the AT. And then my next order of business from there will be the climb up and over Blood Mountain. My bonehead move for today is that when I packed the day pack, I left all my food back at Detour's house. So luckily, Stan had a bar and some almonds in his car, which he gave me. And then I also passed through Neel Gap today, so I can stop at Mountain Crossing and pick up some food there. So if I was going to do something stupid like that, today was the best day to do it. All right, so in case you haven't noticed, I'm slack packing again, which means I just have a day pack, and I left all my heavy overnight gear. And that's because I'm still staying at Detours, and Stan is still dropping me off at one end and picking me up at the other end. Stan is going to be in town for the next couple of days, so we rearranged my planned miles per day to take advantage of that so that I could begin and end near road crossings and have a slightly lighter pack for my first few days. Half a mile left to the top, and it's getting steeper. And here it is. This is the top of Blood Mountain, and this is Blood Mountain Cabin. So this was one of the first, or maybe the first, shelter ever built on the AT. All right, time to head down. I've heard that the way down is a little steep, and you got to take it easy. I was actually very impressed with how I did coming up. I was expecting it to be a lot more grueling than it seemed to me. Maybe because it was first thing in the morning, I was on fresh legs. Although after yesterday, I didn't think I would ever have fresh legs again. I was surprised at how well I recovered overnight. Or maybe because it's slack packing and I don't have my whole heavy pack. Or maybe it's just the 108 flights of stairs that I was practicing with. But I was expecting to have to take a break, and I didn't. Goes narrow into the trees and then opens up into those beautiful rock slabs with views. There's the road. We're almost there. Neel's Gap, mountain crossing. Let's have some safe crossing. So this is the famous shoe tree at Mountain Crossing. And the story is that of all the people who start the Appalachian Trail, only about 25% complete it, they say. And a lot of them, when they come to this first road 3 or 4 days in, give up and go home and throw their shoes into the tree. And so I'm gonna have some lunch here at Mountain Crossing. It's about 11 o'clock. It's a little early, but it's a nice place to sit. There's some picnic tables up here I could sit at. When I was coming down from Blood Mountain, I saw a whole lot of search and rescue people. And I said to them, "Training run, I hope?" And they said, "Nope." So I hope everybody's okay. All right, I'm moving on from Mountain Crossing. I have about 7 miles to do, 3 hills to go over, and 1 last climb. So as you leave Mountain Crossing, the AT actually goes through this building. And from what I've been told, it's the only place on the entire trail that happens. You can see it's warming up quite a bit. I'm now in my sleeveless layer and shorts because it's supposed to be 67 degrees today, and it is definitely warming up. Of course, the day after tomorrow, they're forecasting rain with a low of 22 degrees. So that'll be quite the swing. It'll test my winter gear, that's for sure. All right, so I just ran into Stan. He parked the car at the other end, Hogpen Gap, and started hiking toward me. So we just kind of met in the middle there. But where we met was kind of a rocky downhill section. And as soon as he caught up with me, we talked for a minute and he turned around and headed back. And I was following him, but I have to slow down on those rocky descents and take my time. But he's like a mountain goat. He just pops down them so fast. So he's already way up ahead of me. see a tent. And tents mean trail magic. That trail magic was excellent. They had veggies and hummus and cornbread and juice. Just climb up out of the gap. Not so fabulous. Holy cow, this is so steep. It just keeps going up and up and up. There's Hogpen Gap in the parking lot. And the end of my miles for today. I did 12.3 miles today.